let me just repeat what I said. First of all, that these leads are amazing. And out of the 12 that I've got so far, starting last Thursday evening, um, 4 of them are either aging into Medicare or new to Medicare Advantage. Okay. That's phenomenal. Um, I'm super happy about that. I mean, I just, I can't tell you how happy I am. Now, let me say a couple things about these leads. First of all, most of them during the week and during business hours are a call. It's been a call in. Those are the best by far, and the best the best turnout is the ones when they're calling and we actually engage with them on the phone call. I think I'm not sure if there maybe has been one missed phone call, maybe this first one, maybe. I haven't been able to get in touch with this person again. But so I think, we try to answer the phone, well, obviously, whenever it comes in. Now, that's another thing I'm grateful for, is that I got a great phone system now, right? My Zoom phone system, if you've never knew, but Zoom is amazing for phone. Their phone is amazing. So I'm very happy with that. And now that we got that all dialed in, because there was a couple bumps at the beginning, we've got a great phone system. So it comes right into us, right into our phone and our cell phone. And as long as we answer the phone, this is what we found. All of these people so far are looking for help of some kind. They're either something's happened, and so they're, like looking for assistance with something that's happened to them, or they're, like in need of something, like, or they're curious and they're like, I heard about this or something. So they're all in need of something so far. And that is a really great place to start a conversation, right? When somebody's coming to you with a problem, like, hey, this is my problem, and they're looking for a solution, that puts us in the best position, because if we can, just like Charlie said, I mean, Charlie's the man, listening to he's the guy, and he's saying what we all should be doing, and what we all learn when we, work with the people that we work with. And so when somebody's asking me for help, we focus on the help, we get them the help they need. And then they're not only grateful, but they also feel like they want to repay us or something like that. And along the way, I might mention, as they're describing their problem, their issue, they're spilling the beans. They're telling me what they need, what I need to know what it is that I can help them with, or what I can sell them. And so they're just phenomenal that, we're getting a chance to help these people, putting us in the right position, as an advocate. So I would just say this: every person that I've talked to that I've answered the phone and been able to talk to, is completely open book. They've given me their social security numbers and their account numbers. I mean, I've made several phone calls on these, because a lot of these people have called, they didn't even know their Medicare number. I'm getting a call right now. This is the Oregon line. I don't know. Hang on just a second. I don't know if you know Bob Hansen, but that dude has a robot dialer like no other. That Bob Hansen calls my cell phone, calls my office phone. In just a minute, it's going to call the office here, and then it's going to call my cell phone. And he calls like at least a couple times a month. So I was saying that these people are totally open. A lot of these people haven't had their own information. They call, they don't even know they're on Medicare. So the problem is, like, I don't know my Medicare number. I don't have a Medicare card. And so we can help them in that way. We've got some resources there, but it involves them providing their social security numbers and date of birth over the phone, which they're happy to do, Okay. So anyway, high quality leads. And when I say that, the important part that I'm talking about is that I know, because of my years of experience, that these people are totally workable, even if I can't get the deal done right now, right? That's an important thing to know, is that these people, all of them, I would say, every single one, is not a sale it's not a call to make a sale on the call. It's not a first sale call. all of these are going to need nurturing and more time, because these are people, real people with issues that are looking for other real people in that connection. And as long as they make that connection, then they're golden. This guy that I sold yesterday, I was able to make that connection with him last Friday, right? And we went through all his stuff and he felt really good. We made that phone call. He gave me all his information. He wasn't into signing up last Friday, but he was into signing up on Monday. He's like, just send me the stuff and I'll take a look at it. He told me yesterday when we got him signed up, he's like, man, I must have put my information in somewhere wrong. He's like, after I talked to you, he's like, I've gotten 20 calls a day. And he's like, and since that moment, he's like, but he just shuts them down. He's like, I block them, and I don't talk to anybody. He was ready to buy from me. He was ready to wait and buy from me because he'd made that connection. He'd already decided, that I was the guy, from that first call. So, and I could tell that from the call. I could tell that I was his guy, and because I can make that connection with people. And so, so I'm just saying these are high quality where they're going to require multiple connections, right? This guy, John, this was something is totally new to me. Okay. I don't know how you got John, but John came to the website, filled out the form. He was the first one who filled out a form. I texted him and I said, hey, thanks for filling this out. We got your information. Would you like me to call or his text? And he didn't respond for a little bit. And so I sent him the link for my scheduler. I said, well, hey, I'm sorry I haven't been, gotten in touch with you. Here's a link if you'd like to schedule an appointment. And he responded. He's like, I'll schedule an appointment. I'll use your link. He did. He used the link. He scheduled an appointment for Monday. I didn't even know what it was going to be about. I had no idea what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Before the call, chat with the guy before the call, I texted him. I said, would you like to phone call or would you like to Zoom? He said, Zoom. I said, okay, that's different for me. Medicare. So I sent him a Zoom link. We get on the Zoom call. Guy's there with his cup of coffee. He's ready to chat. I'm like, where are you at? He's in Bozeman, Montana, and he's turning 65, and he's ready to have a full turning 65 presentation on Zoom. I've never done that before. It was so awesome. I got to tell you. So, because I have one, I was like, well, awesome. So I got this presentation that I just happen to have. It's just a sweet presentation. And we went through it, answered all his questions, took about 45 minutes. And the guy was, he's totally sold that I'm his agent. Now, this is the kind of thing where this guy's, he's not turning 65 till September, right? Most of these people turning 65 are going to be, generally speaking, 3 to 6 months out, okay? Because they're, generally speaking, they should be, and most people are looking before they turn 65, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so this is going to take a while. But I can tell you right now, I'm his guy. Like this guy, I'm working the way this guy wants to work. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He liked the Zoom. He liked the text. He liked the way it worked. This is new for me to have some kind of a tech savvy 65-year-old. And I can see that it's going to generate from online advertising. It makes sense when you have somebody who likes to shop online that wants to do business online. Right? Mm-hmm. So I'm super excited about that. Working in a different state, being able to do somebody turning 65 who wants to do business online, so that's awesome right there. Super great person there. Now, this person that I just talked with just before you, kind of the opposite of that. She's turning 65 right now. She has to make her decision by the end of the month. She hasn't made her decision. And I can promise you, she's bombarded by stuff. Everybody gets bombarded, that 6 months before they turn 65. Well, this person, just like John, her husband's already on Cigna Medicare. So she already kind of has an idea of what she wants. So she went directly to shopping online. and found us, filled out the form. I've only talked to her through text messages. And then we finally talked today. I'm going to send her over the stuff she's looking for. We're going to get her signed up here in just a couple of days. She's going to sell. We're going to sell her. She's turning 65. She's probably going to get the Cigna plan. She just wants to review it with her husband. But I guarantee you, I'm going to get the sell, and I mean, I told her that right at the beginning. I mean, I'm always straight with my people, right? I say, look, I'm looking for your business. I want to be your agent, and this is how I get paid, right? I said, I become your agent and we do business. I said, it doesn't matter what plan you pick. They all pay me the same. I just need to do my job and make sure you pick the right plan, the one that works for you. That's my job. And so as long as she's like, oh yeah, that's great, you got a deal. She's like, no problem. She's like, yeah, I'll sign that. You're my agent, basically. So there's another sale out of that. No, these are the big sales for us, right? I mean, you already know that. So a couple of these, if I was to land all 4 of those, that would pay for all of the ad spend easy and then some, right? And that's just from Thursday, right? So I believe in this system, guys. I'm really excited about it. I'm just looking for you to dial in that data. If you dial in that data and figure out how to get more of these people, and I mean, holy cow, we're all going to make a bunch of money, and we're going to recruit. We're going to help other new agents make a bunch of money, which is really cool. So
I love that. I love that. I have a couple thoughts on that. I love, what you're trying to. I love how you said like you've almost paid for the whole service, and it's like the service is paid by a month, and it's
yeah,
only been what 4 days, so you've almost paid for the
yeah.
service for the month in 4 days. So that's awesome.
Now I do just want to mention before I forget, these ones that came in over the weekend, I haven't been able to get in touch with yet. But I did not have my automation set up over the weekend, which I do now. I got it set up Monday morning, but I'm not sure if that would have helped. But basically these 3 that came in over the weekend, I haven't been able to get in touch with. I've tried to call and text. But I think that filling out a form over the weekend is going to be it's going to be harder to get in touch with those people. It's just, I can put them on a drip, and I can try to follow up with them, but it's going to be, luck, versus like, I just haven't talked to them. I got to talk to them. I got to be able to communicate with them in some way before I can
Is
seal
your
that
phone
connection.
is your phone turned on over the weekends as well?
No, I don't. And my personal line is, but not the office line. No. I can change that. I can easily change that, and have it so that the office line is available, anytime. I just try to, and maybe Saturday is fine. It's just that, a lot of times we're not working, so, I mean, we've got stuff going on, so I'm not sure if it makes sense or not, if I, to have the phone left on, in case I don't answer the phone. Maybe, I mean, because I haven't had any voice messages. I'll say that. I haven't had any like people call in after hours and leave a voice message.
Yeah.
Um,
So I think this is just basic, and you already know this,
sure.
but sales 101 is, when it comes to sales, it's all about conversion rate. And obviously people who can call you and you pick up the phone right then and there, the conversion rate of that person will always be higher than somebody who has to leave a voicemail or fill out a form and you get back to them.
Right.
But yeah, and it's all, depending on what lifestyle you want versus other people. I know some people like, don't bother me on weekends. Weekends my time. Totally cool. Or some people are like, oh yeah, I'd leave my 24/7. You can call me. It's all dependent, and those decisions affect your conversion rate. But yeah, no,
Hmm.
that's good. And so I had a couple thoughts on kind of what you're saying. I love what you've been saying. And um anyone who's watching this video in the future by chance, what we're looking at here on the screen is John's CRM software. This is just where he puts all his leads just to keep them organized in his own little system. But yeah,
Yes.
I love how you since Thursday, you've gotten 12 leads coming in from your website via form or phone call. And I'm going to kind of give you a little bit of the secret sauce here, John, of you said like a lot of them are calling in with questions. And here's the secret sauce to our system. So the ginormous Medicare agencies, they're paying for the keywords like get Medicare or Medicare help or like agent, right?
Hey,
And
you
they're
know what?
basically
I'm sorry.
helping.
Hey, I apologize. Can you pause the secret sauce?
No worries. Okay. So here's the secret sauce. So the big ginormous Medicare agency spending billions of dollars on keywords and SEO and all that blah 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 blah. Right. And if you want to compete with those keywords, it's hard, right? So what system I have created for you and Charlie and other of Ty's agents and is I've found that there are questions being typed into Google, right? Medicare related questions. So instead of paying for those ginormous keywords that you want to compete with a big company for, I'm putting in those questions. And so when people type in those questions, your ad pops up that says like ask us any Medicare questions you want. Right. So like I said, I'm always selling the idea of working with John Fuller, not the idea of, signing up for Medicare. Now,
Yeah.
obviously, that guy that you talked about, who's like having his turning 65 party, like with his cup of
Yeah.
coffee ready on Zoom, he was a little bit more towards, you know, getting that right off the bat. But it sounds like a couple of these 12 just had a question to ask, and then you answered it, helped them any way you could, and then you became, like you said, their guy. And Charlie was telling me a story, how he did exactly that. Somebody called him with a question. He answered the question. He says like, "Oh yeah, blah 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 blah." He just super nice to the guy, and the guy was like, "Wow, like you are now just like you said, my Medicare guy, my health insurance guy." And the cool thing was, he said, Charlie, I've enjoyed your service so much, and there's such a need for people like you. Hey, Charlie, I live in a senior community. Would you mind if I gave your contact information out to other people? And Charlie's like,
Right.
absolutely. So from that one question that was typed into Google from that man, Charlie is now going to get several clients from that phone call just because he helped him, solved his need, um,
Right.
etc. And I also love what
Hmm.
you said, how, a lot of these clients require more than just one phone call, right?
Yeah.
I can see you have a system here, some software set up that helps you send out texts and emails and just helps you nurture those leads, because that's exactly right. You want to try and sell them up front as much as you can, but you can't always do that. So over the next few months, you're going to be reaching out, calling, texting, emailing these people so that when they are ready to pop, um, you're right then and there. And then I
Yeah.
also, last thought I had was, I love how you said that. So you're in Utah, right? And you said that guy who was ready on the Zoom call with his coffee was from Montana.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I'm gonna get a lot of hate for saying this, but that shows that no matter how much local SEO you may have, you would never show up as a local agent in Montana. If you're like
Right.
a big, massive company with billions of dollars of SEO, um,
Yeah.
you know, you could maybe show up for him, right? But as far
Right.
as like a small agent like you, just SEO isn't quite the answer. The ability for me to look into Montana, find a Medicare related question, pay for that click, and then send them your way. Um, that was, you didn't have to wait 3 years for SEO to kick in. And like I said, you're nowhere even near Montana. You're hundreds of miles away. And then yet you're getting a perfect, Medicare question from Montana. So that just goes to show that that's kind of like the difference of our system is, we focus more on just the fact that you have thousands of 65-year-olds turning 65 that we can use Google Ads to capitalize on them. And then we're not only capitalizing on those big expensive keywords that the big companies doing, but we're also doing like those questions of like, what exactly is Medicare? I see that one of your most
Mhm.
Googled question is what is Part B, right? A lot of people don't even know what Part
Mm,
B is, or that number, that Medicare number. They don't even know what these are. So those questions are being put into Google, and so we're capitalizing on those questions and sending them your way, in
love
addition
it.
to those big expensive keywords. So that's kind of
Man, it's awesome.
of what you're seeing here. So,
Well, I mean, just so you know, I mean, as it stands right now, I've got an agent in Idaho who's just waiting for me to, you know, do about 30 days of this and have some success. I'm keeping him in the loop. But he's ready to jump on board. And I can tell you, it's gonna be like that. Like we're gonna, I've mentioned this to you, but I mean it might be a flood because like if we have a month or two and we get, three, then five, then six of us that are having success, you might get a bit of a flood, you know,
perfect.
before AEP. Because this is great, man. This is awesome. I'm really excited about it. I mean, if we get a pipeline built and all this, some really cool things. So
Yeah, absolutely. And that's exactly why Anthony, I don't know where he is on your Zoom, but he's right here on my Zoom.
yeah.
And that's why Anthony's
Hmm.
here. Here at our company, taking care of our clients, just like you, taking care of the clients is the most important thing. And so that's why we brought on Anthony to help, make these transitions and helping agents, as clean cut and as high quality as possible. And then, I just want to reiterate to you, and maybe any other agent watching this in the future, the deal stands where if you ever send me a referral of somebody who needs our services and they end up turning into a client of ours, I will happily, um, give you a free month of service for every person who comes on with our company. So that definitely stands for you, and then on the chances people watch this in
Yeah.
the future. So
Excellent.